Yoga here at the Senior Center in Safford, Arizona. So today we are going to move through all of our chakras, mainly our third eye connecting to our root today. So, and also with our sacral as we move and find that wonderful movement with our breath. So really just kind of connecting all the chakras, breath being the heart. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna scoot back here so I could also find my way. So we're gonna find that hip width distance apart, maybe with our feet. And remember, if that doesn't work for you at home, maybe it's a little bit wider, maybe it's shoulder width distance apart, and you're still grounding. You're able to come to an alignment here where knees and ankles stack, toes point forward, grounded feet. Sitting nice and tall here. Let's just bring one hand over the low abs, one hand over the heart space. And just start off with closing the eyes and breathing, coming back to center, remembering that our chakras align with our spine. So our root is at the base of the spine, and it also not only aligns with our spine, but it's between the sides of our body, between the front and back, so directly down the center. And as we breathe, we're going to inhale through the crown, draw that energy through the chakras all the way down to the root, which is between the pubis bone and the coccyx bone, the space in between. We're going to exhale as we draw it all the way back up through the crown, and then inhale back down to the root. And exhale back up through the crown, and inhale all the way back down to the root. So here we're using our inner eye to inhale, exhale that energy through our system, through our torso. And as we do, let's think of clearing the mind, opening up channels of truth within the throat space, unblocking our heart as we bring in breath, vital life force, expanding and releasing. Igniting our solar plexus that brings us fire activity moving forward. Down through the sacral where we find joy and ease in our everyday life. And all the way down to the root where we find our foundation, our rootedness. Couple more breaths here. And we're going to come into our Sankalpa. So as we breathe, now we're focusing on our Sankalpa. My truth is unfolding. My truth is unfolding. My truth is unfolding. Let's find one more breath of my truth is unfolding. Sealing that in, we could always use those words as we move through practice whenever we have pauses or when we want to keep the mind aligned with ourselves. So go ahead and release that. You're going to relax the shoulders, palms forward here. Let's roll through the shoulders as we are here in our mountain pose. So mountain pose, the thumbs are out, palms are forward, grounded feet, long torso, and just moving through the shoulders. Now let's move a little slower. So you're going to draw down through the fingertips and then pull the shoulders forward. Now lift the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Squeeze the shoulders back, scapula squeezing together, and then right back down. We'll do this just one more time. Squeeze forward, lift up, squeeze back, and release down. Now let's do the opposite way 2 times. Squeeze back, lift up, draw the shoulders forward, releasing down and even pulling down through. Last one, draw the shoulders back, lift up, move them forward, and all the way down. Now let's circulate forward and down. So before we were moving back and down, now we're moving back, up, over, down. So just moving the shoulders opposite direction than when we started. And let's go ahead and inhale, bring it all the way up and over. Exhale, palms together. And if I forgot, because maybe I did, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody, for joining me. So just to say real quick, we have Renee, Carrie, Kathy, and Garrett here today. And thank you for those of us that are online. And it looks like we have Amit online. So thank you for joining us. Hello. All right. Moving right along here with this, let's inhale, bring it all the way up and over. We're going to exhale into our forward fold. Remember, your forward fold is up to you. It can be rounded all the way over. You can be relaxed. You can have hands on knees. You can pull the elbows in and lengthen through the back. You can still relax through the head and the neck. Whichever forward fold, let's go ahead, inhale, root to rise. Simply flat back lifts us up, arms from the sides, reach up and over. And then exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Inhale, let's bring it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Deep breaths here. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We're going to start with our twists. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, twist warrior two type arms, lengthening. Inhale, let's take it back through center. And let's just exhale, warrior two arms to the opposite side. Inhale, bring it back up and over. Let's connect our thumbs. So connect the thumbs, pull apart, palms forward, fingers wide, but pull apart here. So we have active arms. As we have active arms, let's go ahead and tilt towards one side. Keep the activity in the arms, keep the activity in the legs by pressing down. Inhale, center. Let's exhale to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale again. Inhaling, center. Last one like this. Exhale. Inhale, center. Let's reach those arms back up. This time, cactus twist. So hinge the elbows, twist, maybe look that way. Inhale, let's take it up and over. Exhale, cactus twist the other way. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, interlace the fingers, take it behind the head, cup the back of the head, relax the shoulders, open those elbows. Let's inhale, press the back of the head into the hands. Bring that gaze up, feel the expansion in the chest here. Really tighten the rib cage, knitting in towards your navel. Hip points also knitting in towards the navel. Let's find one more breath here. Deep breath and exhale. Let the chin come down into the chest. Let the shoulders relax and the elbows fall forward. Inhale, let's take it back up. And exhale, chin into chest. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale, open. Expand, and exhale, chin into chest. From that exhale, take the hands from the head, bring it back behind us. See if we can interlace the fingers and draw down the back towards our chair. The shoulders will roll back. Continue to allow the scapulas, the shoulder blades, to reach towards one another. Squeezing, heart space opening, chin is still in the chest. Let's draw the navel in here. We have a nice flat lower back and mid back. Shoulders reaching back. From the chin on the chest, let's just bring the chin over to the side where we're looking down. So our chin now is towards our axillary or armpit. We're just gazing downward towards the floor for one more breath. And then allow that chin to move down across the chest all the way over to the other side where the chin starts to move towards the opposite axillary or armpit. You're keeping the chin there, taking deep breaths. And bring the chin back to center. Let's lift the chin off the chest, bring the gaze back to neutral. We're still pressing those fingers, knuckles, maybe down into the chair. And we're gonna just look over now the shoulder. So chin is at horizon level, looking over the shoulder for one more breath. And let's look over the opposite shoulder. From there, let's take it back to center, release the hands. This time take one hand, maybe hang onto the chair, opposite arm wraps around all the way to the ear, and just a gentle pulling to that side. And because we're hanging on, it's okay if you even lean to that side a little bit. You'll feel more into your shoulder, to the arm, to the neck. And just come back to that wonderful breath here, breathing easily as we find our inner truth today, staying conscious of our clear mind. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, this time take the opposite arm down, hanging on to that chair. Wrap around the head and gently pull to that side. And gaze is forward at that horizon level. You decide how much you're pulling. Don't overdo it, of course. Take your time, take deep breaths here. Staying grounded in the feet, grounded in our glutes. So feeling that foundation beneath us as we breathe. Let's go ahead and bring both arms all the way back up. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, palms come together, hands to heart. I am going to scoot back. We are going to start off with some leg movements. So I'm going to scoot back so you can see my leg movements. All right, from there, let's go ahead and start off with cactus arms. Extend one leg, dorsiflex. Keep the trunk long here. Let's go ahead and come into plantar flexion. So finding the pointed toes, back up to dorsiflexion. From there, take it to warrior two arms. And then open out to the side if we can. Keep that other leg stable. Bring it back to center. Let's release arms and leg. All right, back to cactus arms. Relax the shoulders. Opposite leg comes up to dorsiflexion. Take a breath here. Alignment in the spine. Let's find our plantar flexion, pointing the toes. And then back to dorsiflexion. Keep the other leg stable, grounded. Let's inhale out to the side. And exhale, bring it back to center. I forgot warrior two arms. But don't worry, I won't make you hold it the whole time. Go ahead and release. Let's go ahead and flip the palms up. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release down through center. Let's heel toe some openness. I'm gonna scoot a little further back on my seat, and so that I have more stability. We're finding knee ankle alignment here. Toes are pointing with our knees, so we find that alignment. Let's start at hands to heart here. Let's press into the palms of the hands. Roll those shoulders back. We're really pressing towards our hands, our strong arms. We even feel the chest maybe lift here as we continue to press. Rib cage gets engaged, navel pulls in. Now let's press down through the soles of the feet. So now you feel it throughout the entire body. Our dynamic tension here as we breathe. So let's find one more breath. Whew. A lot of work there. Let's go ahead and extend one leg, point the toes. Inhale, bring the arms up. Now the leg that we still have grounded here, bent knee foundational, let's exhale, twist to that side for our warrior one. Find two more breaths here. Let's inhale back to center. Exhale, warrior two. From warrior two position, we're gonna keep that leg lengthened. Let's look back over the opposite side of the leg to leg. So once again, the foundational leg, we're looking to those fingertips. And exhale, release the leg, release the arms. All right, take a moment actually to come forward. From that forward open position, the leg that was lengthened, let's go ahead and just make circles here. And we're only going to do maybe 2 to 3 circles on one side. So for me, this is about 3. Let's move the other way. So just reversing that circle one more time and releasing down. Come all the way back. Back to open again. Remember, back to length. So you don't have to come all the way back where you're leaning into the chair. You want to use your strength here. Sit nice and tall. You find your alignment. This time that opposite leg's going to point out. Let's inhale. Arms come up. That warrior one. We're going to exhale, twist towards the foundational leg. Still lengthening. Eyes might be at the horizon level, finding that drishti point. Feeling focused, feeling grounded. And now let's exhale back to center. Keep that leg lengthened, keep the toes pointed, take it to warrior 2. Relax the shoulders, palms down. Look back over the side that is foundational again, the knee that is bent, the foot that is grounded. And bring the gaze back to neutral. Exhale, release that leg down. Moving right along into the legs. I'm going to stay scooted back. One version is to bring the hands right to the chair. Another version is just to bring the hands to the knees. It's really up to you. I like to start off with the chair. So you already have your alignment. You're just going to hinge forward, hinging at the hips. Notice the flat back, the shoulders rolled back. You're going to lift by lengthening the arms. Glutes are now off your chair. Let's try and bring one knee towards the toes. Now you're only going up to the tip toes. And then you're switching. The glutes will shift. You're going to bring the other knee towards the toes. We'll do this one more time. So it's just a shift, knee towards the toes. Hopefully not toasting them. Then to the other toes. Let's come back to center. Release down. So releasing those glutes, let's go ahead and just open up those arms. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, we're going to take it right back down. We're going to do something a little bit different again. So press, lift up, lengthen arms. This time it's a heel that lifts. So instead of shifting our weight or our knee over to one side, it's a heel that lifts. And then let's release that heel down and try to lift the opposite heel here. Release the heel down. Now we're going to come back to the shifting. So knee shifts towards the toes. And then knee shifts towards the other toes. So back to the other side. Coming back to center, release down. This time, sweep the hands from in front of you to back. Hang on, and then point the toes. Then dorsiflex here. Bring it back to center. And inhale, open back up. This time, point the toes, plantar flexion. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, point the toes out. Exhale, let's release down. So releasing down, yes, you got it. We're gonna come back. So this time I'm gonna put hands on knees. You're welcome, of course, to continue the same style with the arms, hands forward. If you want to come into a little more advanced or try that slight bit of advancement, you're just going to bring hands to knees, lift the glutes, same stance. This time, opposite heel lifts up. So whichever heel you started with the last time, we're going to move to that opposite heel. And you're just going to take a breath, relax that heel down. The other heel now lifts up, and you're going to find another breath here. Release the heel. Remember, we're going to allow knee move to that side, shifting our glutes. And then to the other side, shifting our glutes once again. Back to center and release. Let's inhale. Bring it all the way up. This time, both arms, legs. You're just going to stretch through those fingers, stretch through the heels. And release down. Last one here. So hinging forward, lifting back up. Now the challenge here, you can continue to move side to side. You can continue one at a time, but let's see if we can do both, maybe just a little bit. So maybe both heels start to come up. Take it slow. Maybe we could take it to the balls of the feet. And then if not, take the both heels down and let's go ahead and do one more. So one heel lifts up and releases. Opposite heel lifts up and releases. Last time to see if we can bring both heels up and release both heels, release the glutes. Again, that 5-pointed star, this time point the toes, plantar flexion. You're just stretching out like that 5-pointed star, really reaching through and release. All right. From there, let's go ahead and come into a little bit of length and stretch. So we're going to do one palm faces up. Leaning to that side, we find our lateral flexion here again. So into our side angle. Let's make sure we have shoulder elbow alignment here. Take that other arm and bring it back behind us for a moment. Just bring it back, reaching for that same side hip that we're leaning to. From there, let's inhale, bring it up like you're raising your hand forward. Exhale, take it all the way back to the back hip again. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, raise it up. Deep breath. Exhale, sweep it back behind us, again towards that hip. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale. And since today we're gonna do 4, so one more. Inhale. And this time, let's exhale, sweep that arm forward. Let the shoulders now align. You're looking down towards your toes. You still have that forearm there. See if you can take that arm and cross in front of the other. See if we can just align with that knee basically. So that's what I'm trying to do. If it doesn't work to have those elbows bent and forearms grounded, maybe you're not ready for that, lift a little bit higher, arms are crossed, palms can be around the knee instead. So you could still have the same length, still have the twist, but you don't have to come as low as me. From there, if you were on your forearms and elbows, let's start to press up until the hands come to the knees. And from that, start to release the hands, interlace the fingers that are crossed, lift up, pause there in center, continue to lift. Exhale, soften the arms forward. Now they're still lengthened, but I'm gonna soften my elbows so that as I bring them towards me, I'm flipping them so that they're going this way. Now we may not go very far. This is a twisted maneuver here. So yes, using and stretching muscles that maybe you haven't stretched for a long time. So take a moment, try to relax the shoulders. And let's find one more breath. And exhale, unwind. But this time as we unwind, we're coming forward. Extend the fingers. From there, you're going to slide the hands apart. Keep the hands away. Now the other one comes on top, over the top of the other. Again, interlace the fingers now. So we're simply moving on to the other side. Hinge those elbows. Bring it forward. Remember, not all of us are going to come very far. Maybe some of us can extend our arms completely, and some of us are going to have this real close to us. It really just depends on our muscles, what we've been doing for a while now, the things that we do day to day. So just releasing into the breath for one more time. Now soften back towards you. You're going to keep these hands together. Let's lift all the way up. And exhale. We're going to release. As we release, let's take opposite arm to the back, other palm up, coming right into our side angle lunge. Finding elbow to shoulder here, alignment, arm behind us, reaching for that hip. Let's inhale, bring the arm up and over like we're raising our hand. Like here we are, teacher, right here. And exhale, let's sweep it back behind our backs, all the way back. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale. Moving with the breath, finding that joy and ease in our sacral space. Exhaling back to the hip. Inhale, take it all the way back up. And exhale again, all the way back if we can. The last one, inhale. And now exhale, let that arm float forward, just like we did the other. If it's possible and you're on forearms, maybe fold that other arm in front of the other, stay right here, lengthen the back here. If this doesn't work for you to be on the forearms, simply lift up, palms are already crossed, so you're already here right at the knee, releasing the shoulders back, heart forward, straight, lengthen back. So you decide whether you're just a little further up or you're resting on the forearms. We got a couple more breaths here. From there, press into the forearms. From there, if you had the hands, you're just going to press and come all the way back to center. Now from center, let's heel toe back into hip width distance apart. We're going to come forward here. If we forgot the other leg, so just remember which leg you did move around in circles. For me, it's going to be this leg that I'm moving to now. So you're just taking the hand. Remember, we're just moving a couple, 2 to 3 circles here, and I'm doing 3. And when we're ready, let's take it the opposite way. All right, from there, we have a few options with our belt. One, I can say, maybe you just take it to here. And I suggest palms face up because we could tuck those elbows in, we could pull ourselves in, and you could hold up the leg like this because what we're gonna do is moving the lower leg. So if you're comfortable, you can do it with the belt. If you're comfortable, maybe fingers intertwine underneath that leg. So it's really up to you. I just want you to have enough leverage where the leg picks up enough to lengthen the lower leg. So let's dorsiflex first while the heel presses towards the ground. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Every time we inhale, we're going to lengthen through the heel. And we are going to do 6 of these, so that's 2. We have 4 left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Last one. Now from there, again, you can use the belt. You can use hands around the knee. You can interlace these hands around the knee. If that doesn't work for you, a belt around that knee gives you more leverage. So you decide interlacing or just bring a belt, towel, tie, and then bring the knee towards the chest. I'm pulling my elbows in, I'm sending my shoulders back, my heart lifts, I'm lifting through the crown space of my head. So my body, my alignment here, especially my back, feels lengthened as I squeeze in. Then we're going to just release to what we feel is level. Exhale, squeeze in again. I'm pulling elbows in, letting the shoulders roll back and down because I don't want them to come up like this. So try and draw them back and down. And we're going to release. We're only going to do this 2 more times like this. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, a little bit of release. Last one. Exhale, squeeze. And then release. Let's go ahead and release down. I'm just going to put that on the other leg. We are going to come back though to this leg, whether it is the belt around the knee or underneath, or it's our fingers. Now we did dorsiflexion the entire time, 6. So let's go ahead and roll the shoulders back, pull the shoulders back in, pull those elbows in, length through the spine. This time it's pointed toe. So it's point the toe, extend, and release. Let's see, maybe if we can do it on an exhale, pointing the toe, and an inhale, releases. We have 4 more. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last one. And inhale. From there, you're gonna take one hand to the knee, other hand comes to the ground, and then, or not to the ground, to the other stabilizing leg. Inhale, open to the side. Now mostly that leg is relaxed, so even the foot is relaxed. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. Inhale, open to the side. Exhaling, center. 2 more. Inhale to the side. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale to the side. And exhale, bring it back. All right, releasing that. Okay, so this belt, once again, you can bring it underneath. I like palms up. I like to pull my elbows in, send my shoulders back, so that when I lift up, that I'm pulling everything in. We're gonna come to that dorsiflexion. Again, you could use interlaced fingers, either one. Let's inhale, extend through the heel. Exhale, find a release. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do 3 more. Two more. Last one. All right, remember from there, it's either fingers come around or the belt comes around. Either one. We're going to bring the knee into the chest. Sit nice and tall with this one. And release. The release is going to be an inhale. The exhale, we bring the knee into the chest. And if we had elbows, pull them in as well. Draw the heart up and release on an inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we're gonna release. Again, you can bring around or you can interlace. Maybe take a moment. These hands and fingers can be being pulled and being strengthened. Coming back underneath if we can. Remember, the belt can be optional. We're going to exhale, point the toes, and inhale, release. Exhale, pointing. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, pointing the toes. Inhale, find the length through the torso and crown. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale, let's release the foot. Oof, mine got cramps from all those pointing. So, because of that, we're gonna move into these feet. Take a moment to get grounded here. You can have hands on the knees. Let's pick up the toes all the way up towards the ceiling. Pick up the balls of the feet. Let the heels be your point here. As we let the heels be the point, let's go ahead and grab a hold of knees and draw back into our cat posture. So we're adding to this cat posture on the heels. Now let's release the feet, grounded all the way down. Bring it forward into your cow. As we pause here in cow, let's lift the toes. So balls of the feet stay on the ground. You're gonna lift the toes only. Let's find one more inhale in our cow. And exhale, let's curl those toes, curl the arch up and in, pull back into your cat. So right now I'm curling my toes under, my arch is lifted as if I'm picking up a pin. Now let's flatten the feet back to the ground, hinge forward again, roll those shoulders back, inhale to cow. As we inhale to cow, just the toes come up. And as we exhale, let's curl the toes again. Let's do this one more time, just like this. Inhale, toes come up, come into cow. And exhale, toes curl under, come into cat. Let's inhale, press the feet down, draw the arms up and over. Take the thumbs, cross, hold on, hook, palms forward, fingers wide, and pull those arms apart. Now as we pull the arms apart, take one leg, extend down, softness in that knee. So my knee is not lengthened completely out, but I have dorsiflexion in my foot. Toes are aligning with my knee and ankle. Let me move those toes inward. I'm still pulling my arms apart, so we're doing a lot of work here, brain and body. Toes are pointing inward. Now let's move back out into regular dorsiflexion, heels that point, and then take the toes out with the knee. So now you're pulling laterally, rotating that leg and hip. Still lengthening and pulling apart with the arms. One more breath. And let's bring it back to center. Release those arms, release that leg. Whew. Let's inhale, root to rise, lifting up and over. We are gonna come into our forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, root to rise, lifting this time up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. All right, pausing there. Let's extend the opposite, dorsiflex. Notice knee-toe alignment. Everything's gonna stay in that alignment even as we move from one side to the other. We're gonna keep the dorsiflexion and a softness in the knee. Let's go ahead this time, interlace the fingers. Instead of pulling them apart, we're just going to lift and lengthen through the torso. So now we're lifting, lengthening. Let's pull those toes immediately. So inward, you'll notice knee, ankle, toes all rotate inward. Keep the length through the spine. And now maybe looking down for a moment just to rotate laterally, just to find that everything moves with those toes. So toes, ankle, knee, all points the same direction. And now Simon says, or Amber says, bring it back to center. And let's exhale, release that, and bring the foot back. Inhale, lifting up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's do this a few more times. So we're just gathering that energy. You can just release those arms, gather the energy around, align your spine. Remember, it's about all 7 chakras today. As we exhale down through the center, taking that energy all the way down through center. Couple more times. Inhale. We might imagine gathering all that universal energy, positive energy around us, and just pulling that into us. Nice, fresh breaths of air here. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Coming all the way down to the heart space and just allowing yourself to bow to that heart space as we honor all 7 chakras and our clarity of mind, our space here. And release that. From there, let's go ahead and get ready for our Shavasana pose, our relaxation. How you doing? Okay. So those of us at home, that simply means getting comfortable, getting relaxed, easy chair, lying on the floor on your back, sitting in the chair, anything that works for you. All right. So while we all get ready for our Shavasana pose or our relaxation phase here, usually I do a little bit of Yoga Nidra. I might do a little bit of Yoga Nidra today as well for our Shavasana. But it's gonna have also a little bit of Pixie Lighthorse. She's one of my favorite authors. I love her books of inspiration. So I use a lot of her little prayers and such of honoring. So this book is called Prayers of Honoring Voice. And I do have a few of her books. So today we'll be honoring clarity and remembering that our mantra today was, my truth is unfolding. It is about all 7 chakras, as well as clarity of mind, finding that foundation as we've been moving through root the past few weeks. So just keeping that in mind that it's all 7 chakras, but we are especially looking into clearing our mind, finding our truth, and grounding as we find movement. So welcome yourself to relaxation, to starting to settle and find our space. All right. As we relax and find our space here, let's welcome ourselves, finding that most comfortable position. So you might start to relax the eyes here, even if we are sitting up. What I like to do is just sit back in my chair, relax my body into that foundation, whether it be the earth plane, a chair, an easy chair, a couch, bed, just allowing whatever you have chosen to support you fully so that you can relax. Let's take a few moments here and move into the breath. So we're just inhaling awareness of breath coming through the nose, expanding through our mind, and exhaling again back out. Next breath, inhaling through the nostrils, expanding the mind, maybe moving through the crown and down through the neck and chest. And just allowing this awareness to continue to expand with each inhale. The exhale is just a release. The inhale, we're bringing that awareness of breath through the mind, through the crown, through the throat, the chest, and now between the rib cage. You might see this as a wave of energy, inhaling through the nose, mind, throat, chest, solar plexus, navel, all the way down to our sacral space just below the navel. And again, each time we exhale, we relax the body, inhaling through the nose, third eye, crown, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and this time all the way down to the root space. And now just allowing the breath to inhale and exhale through your body. Finding the support beneath you, any props, pillows, anything to give you more of an ability to sink into this practice. Allowing the body to start to release with our breath. Finding our natural breath rhythm as we notice the body and the field of expansion and spaciousness all around us. Allowing your body to relax into this spaciousness, into this expansion. You start to feel the edges of your body reach out into this expansion, as if your body is seeking out the comfort of spaciousness. Allow your body to seek out this comfort of spaciousness, relaxing into it by dissolving outward. Notice the back of your body, connecting to the support beneath you or possibly behind you. Here we build from support, structure, and strength for the journey ahead. Let's build the feeling of being at home within our own body. And as we relax into this space, let's come back to our Sankalpa, repeating it in our mind, within our body, within this space. My truth is unfolding. My truth is unfolding. My truth is unfolding. And like a lotus flower, you might imagine yourself unfold one petal at a time. Completely unfolding, relaxing, lying softly within this lotus flower. You become aware of your toes, the tips of your toes. Relaxing the tips of the toes as they connect to your foot. The foot relaxes, softening into the heels. And the heels open up into the space of your ankles. Relaxing the ankles, softening the lower legs. This soothing energy of connection moves into the knees, where we may start to pick up a healing connection now, bringing that healing energy from the tips of the toes all the way up to the knees, allowing the knees to be expansive as they release into the upper legs. The upper legs feeling spacious as they release into the hips. The hips relaxing, releasing. Our breath connects both hips at the center, our sacral space. Connecting here for joy and ease. Taking a couple breaths at the sacral space. And then relaxing all the way down to the pubis bone. Connecting here, feeling supported here. From the pubis bone to the coccyx bone, which is the tip of the tailbone, pausing. Allowing yourself to feel foundational here. Feeling completely supported as we imagine the space between the tailbone and the pubis bone. Bringing that rooted center in. And then softening the glutes, relaxing the glutes as we move into the sacrum right above the tailbone, the downward facing triangle. Taking a breath in at the sacral space and exhaling through the front. The inhale comes from the back and exhales through the front of the body. And slowly moving up into the low back vertebrae, our lumbar vertebrae. Each breath expanding between each and every lumbar vertebrae as you allow relaxation to sink you down even deeper, relaxing. You feel the belly rise and fall with the breath. Expanding, releasing. The abs relax. The mid-back starts to relax as well as we make our way now into the mid-back, our thoracic vertebrae. continuing breath by breath to relax and bring space into each and every vertebrae. Moving upward through the spine into our solar plexus, above the navel, between our rib cage, above our waist, as we again inhale from the back and exhale through the front. Inhaling from the back of the vertebrae and exhaling through the front. Our breath relaxes our rib cage that is connected to our thoracic vertebrae, releasing each and every vertebrae, making our way up through the spine. Soon we come between the shoulders, the shoulder blades, our heart space, center of the chest, breathing here. Relaxing the chest space, allowing this healing energy to really expand with our breath. Softening the body, continuing to relax as we bring this up through our thoracic vertebrae until we meet our cervical vertebrae at the base of our neck. At the base of the neck, we find our throat chakra. Again, from the back of the neck, breathing in and exhaling through the front. Awareness at the throat chakra as we relax through the shoulders, finding that connection again that moves through the arms, both elbows, forearms, both wrists, palms of the hands, and all 10 fingers. And from the tips of the fingers, we find that healing connection once again, connection of breath, awareness, and healing as we bring it in to the hands, to the wrists, relaxing both forearms, elbows, upper arms, both shoulders, the clavicles that meet right above, right below our throat chakra. Pausing at the throat chakra as we find our breath and the space between the head and the body. Noticing the space between the head and the body. Relaxing the cervical vertebrae, our neck, feeling it lengthen as it relaxes. And then we find the base of the skull connecting to the cervical vertebrae. From there, an energetic line to the third eye between the brows, above the bridge of the nose. Breathing here as we start to center in the mind between the space of the brows and the space where the neck and head meet. Finding the center, pineal gland, shaped like a very small pine cone in the center of our mind. Taking a few breaths here as we bring in light into our mind, clarity. Activating the third eye. And then lifting all the way up to the crown, the top of the head towards the back. As we breathe here, in the space of the divine at the top, and allowing that divine light and energy to come all the way through your chakras to align you to your divine personal source. Taking deep breaths, allowing the light throughout the body, allowing relaxation, softening, as you are now just the breath, breathing, honoring clarity today. Thank you for this day of helping me boil it down to the essence. Download in me the mantras that eliminate confusion. Remind me of what I'm really after on this search, which leads me around in circles and cycles. Give me the patience to hear the simplest tune of your message. Help me honor the part of me that is ready and willing to know it. Help me share the kernels that come through with a friend or two who can appreciate a good pondering. May we shed a bit of light on one another's unraveling threads. Nurture my higher mind to override the broken model of thinking, which leads to inner and outer war. As I reach for what clarifies, help me to be open to the shifts that good medicine brings. Expand me and contract me. Guide wings around my soul to carry me up to higher reason and back. Dust off my feathers and find me weightless with remembrance of why I am here, why we're all here. Connect my dawnings like the great constellations of the cosmos. Distill my pantheon of thoughts, hopes, and dreams into clear and flowing language ready for communication. Inspire me to take smaller bites, digest the pieces one at a time in a way that makes sense to me. Help me release what is not crucial to my higher relations. Whisper clues about where you want me to go, and I'll chart my way into alignment with you. Uncloud my foggy eyes. Reveal my new awareness so I may be energized by the lucid direction forward. Wipe away years of accumulated programming so I may speak in my own dialect, develop my own lexicon, and distinguish who I am among others. Let me trust that the gems that sparkle brightest will help me concisely make my point. Teach me to access the tracker in me, that which remains of my indigenous instinct. Help me follow the markers you have left for me to the answers I am seeking. Lead me back to my original spirit on a trail of peaceful knowing. Honoring clarity. As we honor clarity, reminding us that everything I need, you need, is within you, is within me. As we come back to our Sankalpa, my truth is unfolding. My truth is unfolding. My truth is unfolding. finding our personal truth as we know that everything we need is within us. Connecting to the throat, connecting to our third eye, to our crown. As we take a deep breath and again move down through all 7 chakras, breathing down to the root, and again letting that exhale come all the way back up through the crown. A few more breaths of aligning our chakras, inhaling from the crown all the way down to the root, and exhaling root all the way back up to the crown. Inhaling crown to root, and exhaling root to crown. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Now from connecting, feeling connected here, we're starting to bring movement back out into our fingers, our toes, creating movement with our hands, wrists. And as we find movement, maybe greater movements here, we're going to take that wonderful stretch overhead, lengthening, stretching big. And when you're ready, if you happen to be on the ground or in a space where you can hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a good squeeze. Allow yourself to round like a ball and just rock side to side, getting that great back massage if you have that opportunity. If not, you're just giving yourself a good squeeze and hug, finding gratitude, finding wonderfulness today, as we're going to have a wonderful weekend. So, moving to one side or the other as we find our fetal position. And then when ready, you can come all the way back up. Yoga Nidra and Shavasana is complete. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti.
Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful day.
It's cold. You have a wonderful day.
I will.